Ladies and gentlemen, Trusty Patches here, back with part 4, What If Goku Was Killed by King Piccolo. Now, last time when we left off, the gang just learned about the Saiyans, and they decided that they needed to do some training. So we've got Piccolo, Goku, Krillin, and Gohan, Goku's son, gonna kinda get this all going. Now, our story starts to begin. Goku and Piccolo are sitting there. Right now, they're just standing in a wild wilderness. Now, what's interesting about this scene that I'm going to give you is they're not fighting. Well, at least not on the outside. They're doing what's called image training, where they both picture each other in their minds, and they're fighting it out. They're kind of seeing, where each other stands in this. Krillin and Gohan, after taking Gohan a little bit of time, to properly get it down, they're doing the same thing. See, because with image training, your muscles in your body and in your mind, you are non-stop going. And finally, I'd probably say after about 30 minutes, all of a sudden, all four of their eyes shoot open. Gohan lunges at Krillin, and Goku lunges at Piccolo. Now, what I want to go ahead and point out is they're on what's called a 2-team sparring session. Except it's Piccolo and Gohan versus Goku and Krillin. They're just going at it, just non-stop, blow for blow, hit for hit. By this time, Gohan is kind of caught up with his half-Saiyan potential inside of him. It gave him more of a boost, an opportunity. After every training session that they've had before then, his power, he keeps getting Zenkai boosts, he keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Piccolo, like Krillin, they're actually working, but they're getting stronger too. The time's come. They're just non-stop going at it. There's energy blasts flying everywhere, punches and kicks going in a flurry of motion. And Piccolo and Goku are they're holding their own against each other. Gohan's having a little bit of trouble, but he's keeping up with Krillin now. And he's doing a hell of a lot better than he did in the anime. After the session's finally over, they all four lower themselves to the ground. That's right, y'all. They were in the air, fighting. They would fly all the fuck around. Now, I am going to put up some pictures of them in this video, and so that way you can kind of get an idea of what they look like. I don't know if I'm going to do this every video, but I will do it this video. But the second their feet hit the ground, Piccolo just looks over at Gohan. For a spawny little brat, you've definitely gotten a lot stronger. Gohan just kind of laughs. Yeah, my dad says that I would. Goku's just proud of his son. I mean, his son is was leagues above where he was as a child. Krillin's just, he's amazed that, Goku's son has gotten this strong in this amount of time. What would this boy been like if he would have entered the hyperbolic time chamber? Or if he would have went to King Kai's planet? Goku's sensing that, Krillin's having some doubts about himself. Goku puts his hand on Krillin's shoulder and tells him, "Listen, buddy. There is no one else that I would have rather went with to King Kai's planet and trained with than you. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever forget the strength that you do have inside of you." Krillin, kind of feeling reassured about this, he just nods one time and he's like, "Thanks, Goku." Well, for the day, the training session's over, and Gohan and Goku go back over to Chi-Chi's. They're home. Gohan rushes in, hugs his mom. Goku walks in behind him. Chi-Chi's just, she's a lot more full of life. She's not as anger-bound as she is in the anime. She's not as against, all this training nonsense. Because she's at the point where she understands that, yes, Goku enjoys training, and yes, naturally, Gohan being Goku's son, he's going to enjoy training. Even whenever she was younger, she enjoyed training. So she can grasp that now. Because Goku isn't just being, irresponsible like he would be in the anime. He actually, he has a job, he's providing for his family, he's being responsible, but he's also not stopping being himself. Now, Chi-Chi cooked up, a wonderful meal for them. After a hard training session, they're hungry. They burned a lot of calories, they used a lot of energy. Goku and Gohan are sitting there, they are just wolfing down this feast of a meal that she had prepared for them. Goku taps his stomach. That was a good dinner. Chi-Chi, you really are the best cook I know. Chi-Chi kisses Goku on his cheek, Gohan's just smiling. Well, Gohan went to his room, to do some of his studies. Chi-Chi looks at Goku, and he can tell that she has, kind of a serious tone to her face. "Goku," she says, "promise me that no matter what, you won't let anything happen to Gohan." Goku looks at her and he says, "I can't promise that nothing will happen, but I will promise that if things get too bad, we will make sure that Gohan gets out of there." She nods, just happy that, he's understanding about this. But she does have that little bit of fear in the back of her mind, and Goku walks over and he kisses her softly on the lips and tells her, "Hey, our son will survive. I promise you that." Kind of reassures her a little bit, she kind of smiles. She's enjoying the affection, that Goku shows her. And she knows that, Goku, he's a man of his word. If he says that their son's going to make it, there's nothing to worry about. Now, meanwhile, Krillin's back at Master Roshi's on Kami's, and he's just sitting there, kind of meditating. Master Roshi walks out. "Hey, my boy, so, what's going on? Are you nervous?" Krillin said, "I'm not really nervous as much as I'm kind of fearful. Master Roshi sits beside him. You want to talk about it? You know, get it off your chest? I was like, yeah. It's just, as we've been training, I've been noticing that, Gohan's growing at an exponential rate. I mean, it's like every day he's getting stronger and stronger. Master Roshi, he kind of nods and he understands. He goes, well, he gets that from Goku. And he goes, I know. He said, but what if at some point, Goku's just like, nah, I think I'll train with my son instead, and just kind of push me to the side. And Roshi, he's understanding. He tells him, and he goes, well, let me tell you something. He said, Gohan is Goku's child. Naturally, as a father, he's going to want to spend more time with his child, but has Goku stopped spending time with you since? I was like, well, no. And Roshi was like, well, have y'all still, been training together? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean. Roshi said, well, then, you got nothing to worry about, my boy, do you? Listen, if Gohan's getting stronger, that just means you have to push yourself even harder. He's like, yeah, he goes, you're right, and me and Piccolo, we've been pushing ourselves. Roshi goes, yes, Piccolo. So, how's that going? Krillin admits, in the beginning, he was still kind of scared, because it was Piccolo. It was someone that at one point did want to kill Goku. But Krillin did also say that, well, he seems a lot more different than, the way y'all described that King Piccolo. I don't really sense evil in him. I mean, I sense that, he could have the potential to be evil, but he's not. Roshi nods and he goes, well, he said, well, that's good to hear. We, with these Saiyans on the way, we could really use all the help. This Earth could use all the help that it needs. And he goes, yeah. Roshi goes, it's been a while since me and you sparred. Why don't you help this old man knock some dust off his bones, and would you give me a good match? Krillin just smirks and he goes, you sure you want to try me, old man? Now, the funny thing is Master Roshi, and he's always been this way, even in the anime in a way, if you do watch it, Roshi was, in a way, kind of like a father figure to Goku and Gohan. Well, to Goku, all of his students, to Goku, Gohan, Ox King, Krillin, everyone that he's trained, even Yamcha to a degree. So, they stand up, they both get in their respectful fighting stances. Roshi looked at him, he goes, I guess it's about time I could finally go all out on you. Krillin just gave him a look like, what do you mean? And all of a sudden, Roshi closes his eyes. Now, for those of you that have watched the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, you know that Roshi had a specific technique that he could do, kind of like something that Goku could do later on. But he has his own way of doing it. He closes his eyes, he takes a deep breath, exhales, and he just goes quiet. Krillin launches forward, goes to throw a punch, and Roshi just instinctively moves out of the way. First this side, Krillin's in there, he's lunging, fucking kicking, punching, doing everything he can to try to hit him, but for some reason Roshi is just perfectly just moving just slightly out of the way with minimum effort. And when Krillin goes to throw one more punch, Roshi just ducks under, goes to the side, and just palms Krillin right on the arm, spinning Krillin. This catches Krillin off guard. I mean, this is something he's never seen before. So he starts moving faster, faster, faster. I mean, he's thinking, at some point, this old man has to, at least take a hit. And then Roshi finally opens his eyes, and he does something that Krillin was not expecting. He knees Krillin square in the stomach, and before Krillin can even go up, Roshi done did a front flip and kicks Krillin into the ground. Krillin gets up, and Roshi just nods. He goes, "You've definitely got a lot stronger." Krillin goes, "What was that?" And he goes, "Oh, that? It's just a technique I learned from my master, actually." Krillin goes, "Well, can you teach it to me?" And he goes, see, that's the problem. He said, "I'm going to tell you what my master told me. Once you fully understand your body with a good amount of concentration," he said, "but while you're concentrating, you need to also clear your mind. And in doing so, your body will automatically move by itself." Now, a lot of people that watch Super are sitting there going, "Oh my God, Ultra Instinct." No, it is a different form of it. It's a form kind of like Popo used in Dragon Ball against Goku. It's his body moves without thought, which is the same way that Ultra Instinct works in a way, but it's more of an just natural instinct, pure instinct, in fact. Well, Roshi walks back inside, and Krillin's sitting there, and he starts thinking about it. This is something that could really help against the Saiyans. I mean, because if we can dodge their attacks so fluently and leave them wide open, we could eventually, if it have to be, slowly, knock them down little by little. We could seriously cause some damage. Even if we get stronger, we could seriously hurt them. We could actually do this. So Krillin poses an idea the next day. He tells him about what his fight was like with Master Roshi. Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, all of them, they go and they take on Master Roshi one by one, to kind of see what he meant. Same thing happened. Master Roshi did the same thing. Goku, Piccolo, no one could land a hit on him, and this threw them all off. So they decided, while they were training, they're also going to start training to learn this. Now, months go by. They've been training non-stop to the point to where now the time has come. The Saiyans will be here and the next day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. How do you think it's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with the Saiyans? I mean, they've been learning this new, they learned this new technique with Master Roshi's that he's able to do. But they've also been training and getting stronger. So leave a like, comment, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe while you're doing so. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, only you can start a forest fire. Gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and do an apology video after this because I finally figured out how to do the picture editing into it. Look forward in my part 2 Bleach what if video, and I'm going to be attempting to do that. I'm not going to promise it's going to be the best editing, but I do promise the more feel I get for this app, the better it will be. So I hope you enjoy the what if, and yeah, don't forget. And also, I want to thank everyone that has been watching my what ifs, and the ones that left comments. Thank you so much. I always enjoy making new friends. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time.